Hi, welcome to Snap Vegan. We're eating on the cheap. Doesn't have to kill you. I'm Cathy, and I hadn't seen you since the first of the year, so I wanted to come and say Happy New Year. Happier New Year. Fingers crossed. So, our Christmas went well. Mine and Patty's. We just exchanged our little gifts. I already told you about the coffee cup I got her and the leggings, and the very nice card and letter that Rob sent, and the really nice box of things that Susan sent. And thank you so much for them all. I got a book I'm really interested in from Susan. It's called Things You Don't Know. I opened that up last night and I'm like, there were some things in there I did know. But it's such a cool book. So getting into that. Also, she gave me a book with a bunch of little dots on it. And it has some templates or something. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Connect the dots? I don't know. And she gave Patty one too. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with that. But I'll look into it more. Austin loves his new toys that he got from Susan. She got two. One is a little meerkat little thing with crazy eyes. And we call him that guy because it kind of reminds me of that guy at the bar, little crazy eyes. And, hey, I'm fun. But anyway, and then another bone that matched it that was a lot like his fuzzy bone from last year. And it's like blue plaid and got the fur down the middle of it. So we call that hairy bone. He already knows their names. That guy. Where's that guy? And he'll go get it. So Fuzzy Bone is now taking a back seat to Hairy Bone and that guy with Austin. So success. We've already hit some doctor appointments. Patty had a growth in a very unusual place. So that got removed and we just found out that it was fine. It was just a weird thing. But, so that's good. My doctor has not yet replaced my medicine that is now not covered under the 2021 Medicare rules for my heart or the avorstatin or whatever it is. It's not the metoprolol. It's the other one. I don't know what it is, but Prevestatin, I think. They don't cover that now. So no word from him as to what to take. Still having the normal blood pressure but high pulse. So I'm still taking my aspirin every day. And, sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but I still take my breathing treatment since it's a pulmonary problem. So, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, well, I had 3 lung nodules and now I only have 2. One. Did the other 2 work their way up there somehow and it's maybe blocking things? I don't know, but I'm sure if that would have happened, they'd have seen that in the CT or whatever. So I don't know. That's just how crazy your mind can work when you're trying to figure something out. This kind of weird, but I'm not a doctor. And that's not the case. So, that's what was running through my mind though, because I know sometimes, I'm not by myself when you hear something that's going on and you finally find out what's going on and you're like, well, where did those other 2 lung nodules just go? They just disappeared? How do they do that? How do they just disappear? I don't know. But anyway, thank you for the $600 stimulus. I got the headliner in my car fixed. That was $401. And then I bought some stuff around the house. We really just stocked up on supplies and filled up the car. Poof, it was gone. So finally got the headliner fixed. And boy, did they do a good job. There's one little pocket that's kind of still there. They probably, you know how this little, what do you call them? Like a painter's knife. I don't know what you call that thing. They're flat. Spade, maybe. I don't know. Probably you could just get one of them and just tuck that little bit in there. But it looks great. It looks great. It's brand new foam, new everything. Oh my gosh. So that headliner lasted 28 years. I suppose we've got another 28 years left in it. So that's good. Next thing I need is a paint job. Got $5 grand. Oh God. But anyway, everything's good. Abby, Patty's cat, got her little cat tree for Christmas. We just got that last week though for her. And Abby loves it. And what else did she get? Abby got some, just catnip and new mouse toys and a cat tree. So she had been scratching on Patty's new recliner, and that didn't go over too well with Patty, as you can imagine. So this new tree is for large cats. Abby's pretty long, and she's probably about 20 pounds. She's heavier than Austin. What? It has one little house in the bottom, and then a scratching pole. And then on the bottom, it has a scratching pole next to the little house thing. And then another little house. And then it has one big flat bed that goes across the whole top of it. And it goes up to about halfway, not quite halfway up the first window, that you would raise up in the double window in the living room. And she loves it. She's already been up there just all sprawled out, looking outside, checking things out. Abby is so pretty. She's such a beautiful cat. And so she was, bored. So maybe she was scratching Mom's chair because she was bored. Now she's not bored because she goes up it and she goes down it. She's not yet used the scratching post yet. She ain't figured that one out yet. But I told Patty, I said, well, let's put the scratching pads that you have down there by it, by the little cat tree, I guess called a cat tree, and just see. So we did that a little while ago, and so we'll see how that all works out. But Abby absolutely loves her cat tree. Did you get the latest stimulus money? Yes, I did. I got that like on the 2nd of January. I was amazed. So that's a good thing. And grateful for it. Thank you, Bernie. So I anticipate that by February, here's my prediction, the Great Karnak. Here we go. The Great Karnak. February 20th, 2021. I think that's when we'll have $2,000 in the bank. At least by then. And with that, I'm going to have an oil change and a radiator flush and car, I got to get my car like absolutely sound, all the fluids, all the everything, all together. That's probably going to be about, I don't know, $700. AC charged, radiator flushed. I got to get a new windshield wiper container because it cracked. I should just get that flex paste stuff. That flex paste, get that painter's thing and just smear it on. What do you call it? Spade? I don't know what you call that thing. Knife. You know what I'm talking about. But just get some of that flex paste and just smear it on across that crack. That'll seal it, right? Save me some bucks. Looks a little ghetto, but it's under the hood, so whatever. And then I'm going to get me a chair. Mine, I tried to take my chair apart to see what was shifting while I was sitting in it, what was going on. And it looks like the back of the chair slides in these two metal holders. And the metal holders are warped out. So when I sit in it, it does shift. And that's why, and then I got the springs popping up. And then in the footrest, under the footrest, all the stuffing's coming out of it. Time for a chair, y'all. I ain't never had a ghetto recliner. I ain't never had no ghetto furniture, to tell you the truth, but I ain't never had like Ethan Allen either, so let's just be real about that. But I am going to get me a chair, and I am going to get me, I hope, a dresser. So, car, dresser, chair. And whatever's left, it goes on my utility bill. But I have to have those three things. I wanted chair, dresser, new mattress. But my car, I got to have my car. Got to make sure everything's right with the car. I can't have this year be a surprise thing like last year was twice. I can't. I won't survive that. I just won't survive that. I just won't. You know, you have so many, even though there's angels in the world that kind of help you get through things in your head and in your heart. There's only so many things you can endure. And it seems like in the last 3 years, as a pocket, and then 2010 to 2012 to 2014 as another pocket, have been like the two most wearing down of any spirit I had left. So, you know, and, you know, it's just a car or this or that, but no, it's your lifeline. It's your lifeline. And I can never afford to get another car again, ever. I mean, if I had a choice, I'd get me a, I don't know, I'd probably get not the small one, but the next size up, Buick. I don't know if it's an Encore or an Enclave, or, but it'd have to be like a little SUV thing. So we could get the dogs in the back, or, you know, the cat and the dog in the back, take them to and from, and then have room in the back area. Because these new cars, they don't have a trunk. Their trunk is like no space. So we need like a small little SUV. You remember back in the day, I had a Vegas station wagon. Do you remember those? A lot of people made fun of those Vegas station wagons. But I had a Vegas station wagon when I was in the military. And let me tell you what, everything I owned went in that car. Back seats down, everything, stereo, all my clothes, all my uniforms, all my albums, everything I owned went in the back of that station wagon. I need a car like that. So it wouldn't be the small SUV, it'd be the next size up SUV. But then again, you got the dilemma of, I can't afford the plates for it. My insurance would go up. Can't afford that. So, you know, stuck. We need to go back to the old. Remember, are you old enough to remember when the government came out, or they contracted Chrysler to make all those K cars that were affordable for everybody? And it was a big old flop because there were some ugly ass cars. Nobody wanted them. Well, we need a more aesthetic looking K car for 2021. Lord have mercy. That everybody can afford. So I did get a notification from food stamp office. My food stamps are going down since I got a raise from Social Security, but only by $1. That's okay. And so did Patty's. She gets $70 every month. Well, 69 now. And I get $39 a month in food stamps now. So, but the COVID relief bill for the SNAP benefits, I think got renewed. So we'll get full benefits probably for, I don't know. My guess is maybe even for the rest of this year. I don't know, but I'm guessing at least till third quarter. And then we have to go back to the $39 a month, which, I'm ready to go back to it. I've been grateful, blessed and grateful for the benefits that's come our way to help us get through this, because I could not have stood out in that food line. Couldn't have done it. Could not have done it. So, or chasing farm trucks or whatever else. They did make a lot of that drive-through. And the lines were like real long, but they had stuff in there I couldn't eat, and you didn't get to pick. I think I mentioned that before. You didn't get to say, I don't need the milk or the cheese or cottage cheese, or I don't need that. I just need the vegetables. You didn't get to do that. It all came in a box. You got what you got, and that was that. And then as far as paying stuff, the other stuff forward, I didn't want to have to come in contact with anybody else because of this COVID business to exchange or give. I mean, I would happily give anybody anything I had that they needed. But that required personal contact, and I am scared to death of getting this thing. Scared to death. So I just didn't go. And I did have with my new Humana plan. Here's the headliner thing. $401 for my headliner. Look at that. The material was $95 and the labor was $300. But it got done. See, I prove everything I tell you. This is a priority, so it did flap in my head. I was looking for this. This is the Humana Healthy Foods card. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you get one of these cards from Humana if you're on their S&P Gold program, which I am. And that gives you $50 a month of healthy food, and you can go to Walgreens, CVS, Family Dollar, Walmart. Been waiting for them to add Kroger, Aldi's, come on. But I had over $100 that rolled over on from they upped they in the last bit of the month year last year. They went from $50 to I think it was $75 a month, and the balance would roll over. But now, January 1st, 2021, it all went away, and now I'm back down to $50. That's okay. It's not going to roll over this time though, so I will have $50. I think, and what I'll probably do is because if I order my groceries online, I cannot use that card at Walmart.com online to pay for it, but just like, why not? But anyway, so I will, if I have to just get incidentals, like right now, I need to go run out and get me some spring mix lettuce. I need tomatoes. I need like green onions, and I need potatoes, regular russet potatoes. I've got sweet potatoes. I've been eating lots of broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and sweet potatoes. And I like it. So go run out and get that. And so I can have some stuff for salad. I need a cucumber. But so, Family Dollar doesn't have cucumbers. So they're going to make me go in person to Walmart. And to me, that's just like a COVID breeding ground. But I'll do it to eat, healthy. So, let's see, what else is new? Oh, I don't have to tell you what's going on in Washington, D.C., I don't think. 5 more days. 5 more days. Well, 6 more days, technically. 6 more days, technically. What is it, 5/14? 5 days. 5 days, 15 hours. Or 5 days, 19 hours. And 13 minutes. But who's counting? I have a whole lot to say about that. But I can tell you one thing. If I was 30 years younger, still in the military, this is the criteria that has to be met. 30 years younger, still in the military, and stationed at the Capitol, the very first breach of that door, I'd have mowed them all down with a freaking machine gun. They would not breach my Capitol at all. I mean, the very first time a hand came through the door, I'd shoot it off. That's all I'm going to say about that. We need to pray for America, pray for its sanity, pray for the return of truth, and research, and reading, and wanting to know. Me and Patty were talking earlier. I don't even watch local news. I don't have cable. I read the Congressional Record. I read Library of Congress if I want to know things in this realm. I subscribe to every cabinet, every department's newsletters. Get it straight from the source. And you can too. If you don't know about labor, go to dol.gov. If you want transportation, go to transportation.gov. I mean, subscribe to all their newsletters. Get the information straight from them, their website. Of course, their website under this administration has been filled with false information, period. Especially what they did to the CDC is unforgivable. But anyway, so me and her were talking, and I'm like, well, I saw this on TV, but I watched C-SPAN on the internet at cspan.org. And I saw it for myself. Nobody had to make any comments. There was no spin, no commentary. I watched it all happen in front of my face with horror. So, pray for everybody. Poor Jamie Raskin. He just lost his son, the Sunday before that, or 2 Sundays before that, to suicide. He's of the Jewish faith, and I think it's called Shiva, which is a period of mourning, and he's hiding under chairs and desks and stuff like that while he's having to take on that. And now he's part of the impeachment trial management team and having to do that. less than 20 days after losing his own son. The truth will set us all free. And it's up to us to go directly to the sources that we question or have curiosity about and read. I think it's about time we get back to reading and learning and researching directly from the source and not from OAN or Fox or MSNBC or any frickin' body but the source. I'm also a member of PACER. You can Google PACER, PACER. And it's the federal court document system. And if you want to see what's in the case, you can look at the case. You can look at the filings. You can look at the decisions. You can read the whole transcript of any trial for anybody directly from the source as it came from their mouth. That's the kind of things I read. I don't read rag sheets. I might see something on the news, but I'm going to go find out before I give it any, But that's kind of, I'm an auditor by nature and by profession. I'm a fact-finding person. It's always kind of been part of my job. And it's not going to stop now. And to continue the lie that Trump won this thing is a fool's errand. And the election laws in every state is mandated by the state, not federal, state. So to come to Congress with your grievance, mistake number one. But in every state, they did their audits. They did their recounts. They did their investigations. They even went to court and lost every single time when someone said there was fraud. Well, first of all, you gotta give them the evidence. You can't just walk into court and say, "Oh, this happened," and I blah blah blah. Well, show me. And they couldn't because it didn't happen. A lot of people talked about it happening. A lot of people said, "Look for it," like the Orange Man himself. But it never happened. And every audit that was done in every state that was contested only came up with more votes for Biden. And the two dead people that did vote in Georgia voted for Trump. And that's a fact. And that's on the Secretary of State's site. Fact-finding, audit results. Read it. It's the facts. So I pray for some calm and reason, and it always seems like the Democratic Party has to come in and do mass cleanup after a GOP term in office, regardless who it was. And just when we get back to where there's a resemblance of normal and good growth, in comes the GOP again and screws it all back up. I think there should be a new Republican Party. I think the people that with sane resolve and facts matter should just start a conservative party and let the ones who prefer to speculate rather than fact find have their own thing. I don't know what the answer to it is, but I'm glad I'm 63. Maybe I'm dead soon, so I ain't going to be around to deal with it. And everything we're experiencing our vote and how we voted led up to it. And so that's democracy. You get what you vote for. You get what you allow. If you don't, well, you don't always get what you vote for. But if you voted for it and got what you wanted, and it wasn't a noble cause, well, then here we are. But I am grateful for the kind hearts in our country. I am grateful for the angels among us. I am grateful for the grace of God and the power of love and the resolute determination to reject evil. I mean, actual evil. No one is superior to anyone else in this country or anywhere, not just this country, anywhere. Nobody's superior to anybody else. And if you're in fact Christian, it's time to start being one again. So I am saddened by what happened, but I am also inspired, and I'll hold on to that inspiration, and I'll pray for a better future, and I'll pray for the health and well-being of everyone. And I guess that's all I'm going to say about that. So thank you for your concerns and emails and everything else about me and Patty. We're doing okay. And she's doing her thing. I'm doing mine. I'm kind of getting some pre-spring cleaning done. And she's still unpacking bit by bit. But so be sure and love one another. One random act of kindness can change someone's day, especially yours. And I hope someone is the catalyst for you to be the recipient of that. And I hope that you can be the catalyst for the recipient to be someone else in need. If you can, volunteer at a food bank or whatever you can. Be safe while you're doing it. And I hope if you're eligible to get a vaccine that you will choose to do that. Because as soon as I'm able to, my sleeve's going up. Gonna do it. Me and Patty were just talking about that today. So as soon as we're able, we will. So please love one another. Reject hate. Reject suppression of freedoms. Reject voting is a freedom. Anybody that would want to suppress another person from being able to vote is not a freedom fighter. They are a white supremacist that wants to squelch black voters. And I'll tell you what, the growth we're about to see is made all possible by the black vote. And you have my deep respect for speaking out. Now let's do that every election and not just one where we're going up against a lunatic. Let's vote like this every single time, local, state, and federal. Every time we have to do this. Because the minute we back down, that crack comes back. We have to maintain our duty as a citizen. We're not asked to do much as a citizen. Of course, pay taxes, all that. But the one duty for anybody, especially those who aren't in the military, how do I help my country? How do I do vote. Every election, local, state, federal. That's the one thing you can do every 2 years. The one thing that keeps this democracy afloat. Republic. Democratic Republic. We can do that. One thing every 2 years. And all the things we do, we can do that one thing. So I'm going to be kind to one another, please. And I've been thinking about you. And appreciating all of you at this particular point in time. I'm just kind of being still and prayerful that hate will not win. It cannot. But I gave it to God. Just like I gave my other stuff to God, I'm giving this one to him too. I've done my part. I voted. Now I'm giving it to God. We'll see what happens. Thanks, everybody. Love you all. Peace.